So what is going on with Starfield? Has the game secretly been delayed a second time internally? Is there reason to be concerned that Bethesda hasn't talked about things in a while? And really why I think we actually may be several months away from hearing more about what's next for this game. Some of you are probably clicking on this video wondering, what am I even on about? We just got a huge Starfield gameplay reveal a few months ago. How can I already be asking what is going on with the game? Well, it is actually a pretty interesting situation with Starfield in that this is one of the longest periods of silence we've seen for the game over the past year. In the past year, we've gotten a ton of behind the scenes content starting on August 27th of 2021. And really from that point forward, every 2 months or so, there's been a constant stream of new information in the form of Constellation logs and behind the scene videos or interviews. But then now we get this big gameplay reveal and then nothing. We got one Todd interview just after the gameplay reveal, but otherwise we've had both QuakeCon and now Gamescom pass by with barely a mention of Starfield. Although we did get this pretty cool Vasco statue at Gamescom. And this is a bit out of character, considering with both Fallout 76 and Fallout 4, we saw a considerable presence at both Gamescom and in particular with QuakeCon. And this has even led to some people in the community wondering if Starfield has been internally delayed a second time. And it's not like this is just a couple of people, there's actually quite a bit of people that are concerned that we've heard basically nothing. So what is actually going on here? One of the pretty interesting things about the Starfield delay was that it seemingly was a fairly last-minute decision. Jason Schreier leaked that employees at Bethesda were surprised by the release date reveal in 2021 for Starfield. Now, a release date reveal for Starfield was really a push by Todd Howard predominantly. He's the one that wanted that date out there. And I think you could make the argument that perhaps Xbox and not necessarily Bethesda Game Studios were a main factor in this delay. We know that the head of Xbox saw Starfield, among other games at Bethesda, back in May. And literally just 2 days after this tweet went up, Starfield and Redfall were officially delayed. All of this happening just a month before the gameplay reveal, and to me it feels like somebody at Xbox could have seen something that didn't look that good and made the decision to delay the game. Could just be a coincidence, this could be nothing, and of course it is straight speculation by me. We don't know how these decisions are being made, but it is interesting. It seems pretty clear that this delay impacted the marketing cycle. The delay came just a month before the showcase, which is barely that much time in the scheme of these showcases, and it seemed to result in the final episode of Into the Starfield never airing. Bethesda had several episodes of this behind the scenes series released in the months leading up to the gameplay reveal, and it was suspected there would be one more featuring these two devs. There was this intro video showing a variety of employees at Bethesda, and each of these employees appeared in an episode, except these two, so they were suspected there'd be one more, except it never came, and it probably is because the game was delayed. It would have been weird to have another behind the scenes video immediately following the delay announcement. And I think what really happened here was there wasn't necessarily a big plan internally for the game to be delayed, but perhaps Xbox saw the game, it got delayed, and then it really just delayed the whole marketing cycle. There's been this talking point since Starfield is a new IP that Bethesda needs to do a longer marketing cycle to explain more things, because we don't know much about this world compared to Fallout or the Elder Scrolls, but obviously Bethesda didn't agree. The original plan was seemingly a gameplay reveal in June and then a release in November, that familiar 5 months or so between reveal and release. And although technically, yes, Starfield got other trailers and these behind the scenes videos, if you compare how much we knew before the gameplay reveal to how much the gameplay reveal showed us, we knew basically nothing before this. This was a whole host of new information. I think Starfield is yet again going to be getting one of those shorter term marketing cycles. We just got this gameplay demo because it was actually being worked on well before the delay. And Todd Howard seems to love this. He even commented on how he wishes things as far as the marketing term were shorter at Bethesda.
I like when you really see the game to when it's out is as short as possible. Yeah. As short as people will let me.
We're going to announce it and then ship it 6 months later.
5 months, yeah.
5 months.
Yeah, that was as short as I was told anyone would allow me to do.
You would go shorter if you could?
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe, I'm trying to think what's perfect right now. Maybe a week just to get people excited.
Right.
To have those moments of, I saw it, there's some trailers, percolates in your mind, and they're...
So you would rather just not even...
Don't hold me to that, all right? Because I think
anyway.
shorter is better.
Yeah.
I think people see something. Like, when have you seen a trailer or a demo and said, I'd like to wait?
So although on one hand you could totally understand why people are getting concerned, Bethesda has pretty consistently been at QuakeCon when they have a big reveal, and also at Gamescom. There's usually some kind of appearance. But with Starfield, it's pretty clear they're at a stage now where they need to be focusing more on development. There are definitely some concerning quotes or reports coming out about the game's status, and this delay was definitely surprising. Todd Howard himself said that release date was set in ink. Rather than diverting resources to marketing the game and working on trailers, etc., especially now that they're going to have to do more of that with the longer development time, I wouldn't be shocked if the whole thing just got pushed back a few months. All of the big events for this summer are now behind us, Gamescom being the last major one. And to me, it seems pretty possible that Bethesda is just radio silent for several more months until we get a Starfield trailer at the Game Awards in December. Or maybe even just one fall day, they'll actually have a release date tweet go out, giving us a bit of an update on Starfield. And to me, the core takeaway from all of this is, my prediction is we actually see very little Starfield for the next few months, even after we haven't heard anything for the past 2 months, and that's okay. The delay seems like it was a fairly last minute thing before the big reveal. This trailer was largely complete, and even in the trailer, you could see the HUD changes sizes at some point, so you know that this trailer was filmed over a fairly long period of time. Enough time where there are different builds of the game where the HUD was changing size along the way. The rest of the marketing schedule may literally just be delayed until roughly 5 months or so before the game is actually coming out, which as of right now, we don't really know when that is. They revealed it'd be coming out at some point in the first half of 2023. During the summer showcase, they mentioned how everything shown there would be out in the next 12 months. That means that Starfield should be out before June 12th, 2023, and that's really our window. But at least as of this point, it doesn't really seem like there's any likelihood that there is a second delay or really any cause for concern. And this is even expanded by the idea that this could be that fated opportunity for Todd Howard to have a truly short release date to reveal, with only a few months of lead up. At the very least, the two dates to keep in the back of your head are November 11th, which of course was the original release date for Starfield. I would have to imagine they at least acknowledge it then, as well as the Game Awards on December 8th. But I wouldn't be shocked if we go through all of September and all of October with hearing very little from the company about this game. Of course, while we're waiting, we're just going to be rewatching this gameplay trailer in all of its glory. There have been quite a few additional discoveries as people dig into this even a bit further. It was discovered that the trailer on the Steam page actually has several additional or slightly longer shots. There's not a ton of new things revealed here, but a couple of perspectives or details that we couldn't see otherwise. It was discovered that when you blow up a ship in Starfield, it actually drops loot. You could see the little package disconnect here, as well as a little loot icon on that package. And there's already a group of people organizing to create a Starfield community patch for when it inevitably releases with at least a bit of bugginess. One of the other ways we could learn a bit more about Starfield are some of the rumors around a Creation Club 2, or some kind of return for Creation Club reportedly coming later this year. This has been a talk in some of the Fallout modding discords. If we do actually get a bit of a marketing push for whatever this ends up being, we could see some more interviews via Todd Howard as he talks about that, and then he may actually bring up Starfield, and we'll see some more details around Starfield as a result. Either way, if you're looking for another Starfield video to check out, not too long ago I actually discovered a ton of little things or details in the trailer that you probably missed, kind of like the ones I just shared in this video. So you can check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, thanks for watching again, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.